Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the social work department at Tennessee State University, and we're fortunate to have with us the professor of social work at Tennessee State University, Professor VWilliams. Professor Williams is also the director of the social work program at Tennessee State University. And Professor Williams, let me welcome you to the show this morning and tell you how delighted we are that you were willing to give us an opportunity to talk to you about what we consider to be a very, very important problem, issue rather, and that is the social work department at Tennessee State University. But before we get into that, let's talk about Professor VWilliams. Let's have you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that were important in eventually leading you to us, and then we'll talk about other things.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me to come and speak with you today. I would say that I've been a social worker for probably almost 40 years, but I've been in higher education for maybe at least 36 years. And I came to Nashville in the fall of 2000 to become the director of the social work program here at Tennessee State University. And it's probably been one of the best experiences I've ever had as far as administration is concerned, as well as the faculty and other staff individuals who work with me. I've been very pleased with the fact that I have very capable people working with me, and I receive a lot of support, and everyone is fully committed to the program. I am originally, believe it or not, from the U.S. Virgin Islands in St. Croix, and so I have lived many places in the United States since becoming a college professor in the early, I should say, mid-70s, 1975. I'm a graduate of Morgan State University. I was very fortunate to be involved in some of the civil rights movement in 1966, I should say, during my time at Morgan State, from 62 through 1966. And then I received my graduate degree from Howard University in Washington, D.C. So I am a product of historical black
very good.
universities, and I'm very honored about that, because I was very prepared to...
That gives you a grounding to deal with. Very good.
Yes, I was very prepared to take on the responsibilities that I've had over the last few years of my life.
Now, when we talk about the social work department at Tennessee State University, why don't you give us sort of a statement in reference to what you do there in the social work department as a director?
As director of the program, I am involved in the administration of the program. I have the responsibility of seeing to it that all the policies and procedures are adhered to, and to keep the program going, to provide support for the faculty, or to serve as a liaison between the faculty and the administration. I'm very pleased, as I said, in that I'm able to engage in administration as well as teach. I also teach a couple courses every semester. In my role also, I have an opportunity to interact with the broader community, in that we continue to get responses, or I should say, I continue to get individuals calling from the community. There are a number of services out here and agencies that want to engage with us, that want to partner with us. So we're involved in a number of community initiatives, a number of community external services. We also place students in internships in their senior years, so that also gives us an opportunity to interact with the broader community. So my role is very, very diverse. I mean, I do a number of things. I teach, I just keep everything going as far as planning meetings, attending meetings, keeping all the paperwork submitted for whatever we need in the program. So it's a job where I have to juggle quite a bit. I have to, be multitask.
Many responsibilities
continuously
in a real sense, yeah.
to try to keep everything going. We also have a couple of grants or contracts. We have a Center for Aging contract, so I'm able to also put on a conference every year.
I tell you, Professor Williams, let's take a break here, our first break, and then we'll come back and talk about some of those other projects, especially your project dealing with aging. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial.